How investing £100 a month can make you a millionaire. Here's a number that should bother you. The average person works for over 40 years, earns hundreds of thousands in salary, and retires with almost nothing. Not because they didn't work hard enough, not because they didn't earn enough, but because nobody ever showed them the one thing that actually builds wealth. And today, that changes. We're talking about how investing just £100 a month, the price of a few dinners out, can turn into over £1 million. No business idea required. No inheritance. No six-figure salary. Just math, time, and one decision you can make today. Let's start with the real reason most people never build wealth. It's not laziness. It's not a lack of income. It's the paycheck illusion. Every month, money comes in. Every month, money goes out. Lunches, subscriptions, clothes worn twice, things you don't even remember buying. And every single month, the same promise. This month, I'll finally start saving properly. Then payday rolls around, and there's almost nothing left. Sound familiar? Here's the truth. Your paycheck feels permanent. It feels guaranteed. But it isn't. One bad month, one layoff, one unexpected bill, and the whole thing unravels. The only way to break that cycle isn't to earn more. It's to make your money work while you sleep. But before we talk about investing, there's a step most people skip, and skipping it is exactly how people lose money right at the start. An emergency fund. Boring? Absolutely. Important? More than anything else on this list. Here's why. If you invest your money and then lose your job with no cushion behind you, you're forced to pull that money straight back out, probably at the worst possible time, when markets are down and panic is high. You undo years of progress in a single bad month. The emergency fund is what makes investing safe to do. Start with 1 month of living expenses, then build to 3, then 6. Once you have that safety net, you're finally ready to invest, and you can do it without flinching every time the market wobbles. Now, the math. This is where it gets interesting. Let's say you invest just £100 a month into a simple low-cost index fund, earning an average annual return of 10%. Returns aren't guaranteed, of course, but 10% is the rough long-term historical average of the stock market. So let's use it. After 2 years, you've put in £2,400 of your own money. Your portfolio is worth around £2,666. That's only £266 in growth. Not exactly thrilling, right? And that's the part nobody talks about. In the early days, you're doing almost all the heavy lifting. Almost everything in that account is money you already earned. The math hasn't really kicked in yet. This is where most people quit. They look at their portfolio, see barely any growth, maybe even a dip, and think something's gone wrong. Nothing has gone wrong. This is just the beginning of the curve. Keep going for 10 years. Now you've contributed £12,000. But your portfolio? Roughly £20,655. That's over £8,600 that you never earned at work. Money that appeared simply because you stayed consistent. Now stretch it to 30 years. Same £100 a month. Same conditions. Your portfolio reaches £227,000. And at 40 years, over £637,000. From £100 a month. From one recurring transfer you set up once and basically forgot about. Here's the part that makes this click. You would have personally contributed £48,000 over those 40 years. The remaining £589,000 didn't come from your salary. It came from compound growth. That's when the interest you earn starts earning interest itself. And then that earns interest, and it keeps stacking, slowly at first, then all at once. That's not a metaphor. That's literally how the math works. Now here's where it gets even better. That was just £100 a month forever with no increases. In theory, you could stay there and still end up wealthy. In practice, your income grows. And when it does, you grow your investments with it. Imagine you invest £100 a month in your 20s. By your 30s, after a few pay rises, you bump it to £300 a month. Entering your 40s, you'd have over £117,000, and more than half of that would be pure growth, money you never actually worked for. In your 40s, you increase to £600 a month. Now you're approaching £443,000. then 800 pounds a month for the final stretch before retirement. You cross 1.3 million pounds. Over 40 years, you personally invested just over 224,000 pounds. Your portfolio is worth more than 1.3 million pounds. The rest? Compound growth did that. But wait, people always ask this. Is now actually a good time to invest? And honestly, it's the wrong question. Back in 2008, people said markets were collapsing. At the start of COVID, people panic sold everything. For the last few years, people have been waiting for inflation to settle, interest rates to drop, some magical green light to appear. That green light never comes. Because here's the thing. By the time headlines feel safe and investors feel confident, markets have usually already recovered. The people who waited end up buying at higher prices than the people who just stayed in. Every time. That's why you'll hear the phrase, time in the market beats timing the market. It sounds like a cliche. It isn't. It's just math again. The longer your money is invested, the longer compound growth has to work. Waiting doesn't reduce your risk. It just delays your returns. The last big obstacle is this one. Investing feels complicated. And honestly, the internet doesn't help. Search how to invest, and you'll get one person telling you to buy individual stocks, another going all in on crypto, someone else promising they've cracked the code with options trading. None of it tells you where to actually start. It's like trying to solve a jigsaw using pieces from 10 different puzzles. Here's the secret they're all dancing around. For most people, building wealth through investing is genuinely simple. Start with what you can afford. Put into a low-cost index fund. Leave it alone. Increase contributions when your income grows. Repeat for decades. That's it. You don't need to become an economist. You don't need to watch stock charts. You don't need to understand every financial instrument ever created. You just need to start, stay consistent, and give your money enough time to grow. So let's come back to where we started. The average person works 40 years and retires with almost nothing. Not because wealth is reserved for the lucky or the wealthy or the brilliant, but because they kept waiting for the perfect moment that never arrived. The best time to start investing was 10 years ago. The second best time is right now. Not next month when things feel more stable. Not after the next election or the next market dip. Now, because every month you wait is a month compound growth doesn't get to work for you. Future you is watching. Make them proud. If this changed how you think about money, subscribe, because there's a lot more where this came from.